Okay, for more now, let's bring in White House Deputy Press Secretary Harrison Fields. Harrison, so good to see you this evening. Thank you for being with us.
Thank you for having me.
Harrison, a big question on the minds of so many at this moment is, where do we go from here in terms of talks about this mineral agreement between the U.S. and Ukraine? And we heard from our President Trump, just about 45 minutes or so ago when he spoke to reporters. And he said that, Zelenskyy needs to want to make peace. That has to be Ukraine's objective here with all of these deals. Zelenskyy, I want to point out, he did post to X that after this meeting happened, he says Ukraine needs just and lasting peace, and we are working exactly for that. Is that X post affirming Ukraine's commitment to peace, is that enough? Or what more needs to be happening from Zelenskyy?
Well, it would have been nice for President Zelenskyy to bring that energy here to the White House today, but instead he was looking for an arm wrestle when President Trump and Vice President J.D. Vance had their hands open, looking to bring peace to his country and to Eastern Europe. He did not read the room very well. President Trump was prepared to sign a historic agreement today that would have brought billions, if not trillions of dollars of money to the American people, but also to his country of Ukraine, and he decided to act a fool in front of the whole world. It was extremely disappointing to see. The world wants peace. This is exactly what President Trump is trying to achieve. The work of Volodymyr Zelenskyy today is leading to questions as to what exactly is his end goal here.
Harrison, the president was talking about how he was glad the American people see that. And it was certainly, as a citizen and a journalist, that's a discussion we don't normally see. And obviously, in terms of transparency, radically different, could not be more different from the predecessor. But on the other hand, isn't that the kind of discussion that might be better in private? And when the president talks about how he doesn't want advantage, he wants peace, isn't he giving up some leverage as he negotiates with Putin to have the world see this disagreement between us and Zelenskyy?
Not at all. Both parties know exactly where President Trump stands, and he stands on one word, and that is peace. Vladimir Zelenskyy knows that, and Vladimir Putin knows that as well. So having this open discussion, yes, it may be unnatural or unnormal for the Oval Office and for the president to have, but as President Trump said, he is glad it was happening out in the open for the American people to see. This was diplomacy. This was peace through strength. This is exactly what 77 million Americans voted for, and it's a great day for America. America leadership is back.
After this, eruption, I think you can call it, this meeting in the Oval Office, there is an outpouring of reaction from all over the world. We're hearing from world leaders in Europe. They're offering, their expression of support for Zelenskyy, saying that they have Zelenskyy's back. And we're also hearing from some of our own American lawmakers, such as Democratic Senator Chris Coons, who says in his ex-post that Zelenskyy did not deserve to be treated in the White House like that today, did not deserve to be berated. Your thoughts on those remarks from Senator Chris Coons?
It's just laughable behavior from Democrats who are still mourning their loss. But the reality is the world can have a lot of talk, but they have zero action. And they don't know what to deal when you have a president of the United States that's not going to just throw money at a problem like President Joe Biden did. President Trump, in 39 days in office, was minutes away from signing an historic agreement that would have brought us one step closer to peace. Meanwhile, 3.5 years later, President Joe Biden wasn't able to achieve that, and the rest of the world was just throwing money at a problem that was in their backyard. President Trump is bringing diplomacy back onto the world stage. Our world leaders should look at this and take a lesson and understand this is how you get deals done. This is what peace through strength looks like. They should take out a notebook and understand how President Trump operates instead of just posting senseless tweets that actually aren't going to do anything.
Harrison, does the president think that the current battle lines are where the parties should stop?
Well, the end goal here is peace. So wherever anyone stands, President Trump stands on the side of peace. So this is exactly what he wants Vladimir Zelenskyy to dig deep and actually understand. What exactly are you looking for from the United States of America? If it's not peace, then you're coming to the room with the wrong objective here. This is exactly what President Trump is trying to achieve.
And Harrison, finally, before we have to let you go here, I do want to talk about something that we have to look forward to for next week, and that is President Trump's address to Congress. He's going to give a big speech. What can we expect to hear from him when he talks next week?
Well, it's going to be an incredible speech in front of millions of Americans, and it's really going to be a message to the American people that American leadership is back, that we hear you. We are not ignoring your concerns like the previous president did. He is outlining his agenda that will bring prices down, that will reinvigorate American energy, that will secure our border, that will establish American dominance once again on the world stage and address the concerns of everyday Americans. A lot of Americans had to suffer for so long under President Joe Biden and Vice President Kamala Harris. They are so happy to see President Trump back behind that resolute desk, and he's going to lay out his agenda for the American people. It's going to be an historic speech.
All right, Harrison Fields, we hope that you'll come back and maybe talk about that speech with us. Thank you very much for your time on this very busy Friday. Thank you.
Have a good night.